You're listening to The Fellas with Anthony McCoy,
Listen, man, that wasn't my fault. It was an unknown error.
Rich Thurston,
Someone said it was like the Bulls never changed their passwords, and Tibbs just popped in and did an auto trade.
Kev Lund,
You could tell he was a Mets fan because he was just like, yep, real quiet. Didn't want to say much about the Yanks. 99 problems, but a pitch ain't one.
and Kyle Straub.
When one of those point guards is James Harden, yes, the answer is yes, they are a better team.
Happy Monday and welcome back to The Fellas. We are ready to go this week. We were a little unsure of how we were going to start the show off. Kind of slow season for sports. We talked a lot of non-sports last week. But guys, the NBA helped us out today. You had Draymond Green in the news, and then right before we came on air, breaking news with Derrick Rose now going to the Cavs. So I need to pose this question. We'll get into hypotheticals in a minute, but right now, with their roster, what does Derrick Rose do for the Cavs?
Nothing.
I was hoping the silence lasted longer.
He'll be better than Darren Williams off the bench.
That's true, but is it
Your
going to
boy.
change what they're going to do at the end of next year? Like, are they better than Golden State because of Derrick Rose now?
Well, no, not at all.
Nope.
But
Not
it's an
even
improvement
close.
over what they had, so I guess it's a tiny start.
So not a bad signing as long as you keep the roster that you have. It's not going to put you over the top, but they improved their team, though. That's pretty consensus among us.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
I'm
No?
kind of on the fence on that.
Yeah,
You don't think
okay,
Rose is
they're
better than Darren Williams?
They're about the same.
But he's not going to be in Darren Williams' role.
But we're talking right now, as is. Kyrie is the starting point guard, so Rose is the backup, like Darren Williams was last year. So they're a little bit better than they were last season with this signing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's apples and oranges, and I feel like having an apple today. Like, you know, like it's
That's understandable.
Whatever, like, whatever.
I'm with you, Rich. He's going to go AWOL?
Yeah,
Well,
right,
so-
he's just going to disappear.
Rose
So
can
that's
at least put pressure on the defense with his, the speed he has left. He still has his burst. Darren
Yeah,
Williams didn't do anything.
I think I'm with McCoy that Rose is, at this point, better than Darren Williams, but, it's not really making the Cavs much better, but it does make them a little bit better, though.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it doesn't address their biggest weakness, defense. Like, he'll still get caught up. And I don't know. It's very blah.
The bigger point of him signing with the Cavs was, one, there were rumors that he was going to go with Milwaukee. Somebody said something about him maybe going back to Chicago. The Lakers had interest at one point. And then all of a sudden he ends up with Cleveland today. And with Milwaukee, the price tag started at $10 to $12 million a year. It's down to the league minimum. And there's these rumors about Kyrie. So the move really looks like Derrick Rose is going to be your starting point guard for the Cavs.
Not
Yeah,
what you
they
want
might
to
as
do.
well give up the season. They have no chance if that happens. If Kyrie moves and they don't get back a better point guard, it's a wrap for them.
And that's what has to happen at this point with all this talk. Like, both Kyrie and LeBron have come out and been like, yep, we don't want to play anymore. He needs to go. We want him traded. They got to trade him. They can't keep him. So your answer is Derrick Rose now. LeBron's not going to be happy about this. You really see him sticking around for a full year?
Yeah, for a full year. Where's he going to go? Like,
They're
not
not
going
going
to
to
trade
be
him
good.
mid-season.
Like, they may not even get out of the East this year without anybody else. Just him?
Yeah, that's kind of all you need.
I think that's enough to get out of the East for sure.
Yeah.
But that beating Golden State, no chance. But just having
Yeah.
LeBron on any East team, you can pluck him off the Cavs and put him on any East
And-
team, and they'll probably go to the finals.
You don't think that the Celtics, with the improvements they've made, could beat a Kyrie-less Cleveland Cavaliers team?
What were the
No.
Celtics' improvements? Just Hayward and a rookie, right?
I mean, how good is Gordon Hayward?
And then you get everybody
Like,
that was young on the team, a little bit older.
I mean,
Still
I think Gordon Hayward is good, but I don't think he's this guy to like just push teams into the finals in the Eastern Conference. Like, he's not that good.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
him combined with the loss of Kyrie, that's still not good enough, you don't think?
No.
It could make things interesting. I think it would be like a competitive series, but at the end of the day, when it's crunch time, I think LeBron is just taking that game over and nope, get out of here, Boston.
Maybe they won't lose every game by 30.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, Rich. Like,
It'll make it a 10-point difference.
It might go 6 or 7. You know what I mean, and be competitive. But
They
LeBron is
won
going to be the
one game.
difference.
It went 5.
It's a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
You were the 1 seed Celtics, so we'll let you have this one.
LeBron took that game off. You know he wasn't
Yeah,
playing.
Yeah.
Let me see if you can handle this, Kyrie. I guess not. But
Yeah. Now I want to trade it.
Kev, we actually had some polls up on Twitter. Follow us at the Fellas Podcast on Twitter. We had some polls that were up related to this earlier in the week when the news kind of broke that, kind of out of left field, that Kyrie Irving had requested a trade. Possibly it was to the Chicago Bulls for Jimmy Butler, maybe to team with Jimmy Butler. That was big for McCoy and myself because we're Bulls fans, and having Kyrie and Jimmy Butler would have been really nice, but instead we're just trash now. But we had some polls about the Kyrie stuff. What were the results on it?
Well, the one that was up there was Bulls fans, would you have liked the Kyrie for Jimmy Butler deal? And in 20 votes, 60% of Bulls fans said they would have liked it.
that's
I
it.
don't understand that. Like,
Not a chance.
Jimmy Butler's such a better player than Kyrie.
I'm just shaking my head like, why? What
I
makes
really have
people
no
think
idea.
that they would want Kyrie Irving to start a team with than Jimmy Butler?
It might be like post-traumatic stress with you people because you got nothing back for Jimmy Butler. So if you can get Kyrie back, it's like,
People
all right,
trying to
that's
hate
better.
on Jimmy now.
Who's trying to hate on Jimmy?
I'm saying Bulls fans now because he's gone. Like, oh, he's not that good. We would have rather have had Kyrie.
But at the
I
end of
bet
the
nobody
day,
I follow on Twitter.
at the end of the day, if you know Jimmy's getting traded, wouldn't you rather just trade him for Kyrie as opposed to Dunn
That's what it
and
is.
That was
Levine?
my thing with it. I would
Yeah.
absolutely have rather got Kyrie back than what we
That-
did, but
Yeah, 100%.
Kyrie's by no means a better player than Jimmy Butler.
No,
Yeah, what we got back was an absolute freaking joke. Like, that was one of those trades that just ruined your damn night when you're watching the draft. Jimmy Butler's getting traded. Damn it, we kind of knew it was coming.
It still
and then you
hurts.
saw the trade, and you were like, well, at least we have 2 first-round picks. No, hold on. Garth, fucking Foreman, and Paxton said, no, we'll swap. Let's just have 1 draft pick.
Yeah, we kind of went Knicks mode on this one.
God, can we throw our we're throwing the Fellas Podcast hat in the ring for the fire Garpax stuff that's going on in Chicago. Those dudes need to get out of here.
Seriously, the last good move Paxson made was hitting that shot in the finals there, right?
Right?
Back in
Hasn't done
91,
anything good in
92.
the front office.
they drafted your boy Rose.
That was a no-brainer.
No, it wasn't.
Michael, get out of here with Michael Beasley.
No, I'm not doing this.
Why?
Yeah, he lucked into that
you,
pick
Rich, and I
anyway.
were in our basement when we got that pick, and you asked, and immediately we said Derrick Rose.
Everyone was going back and forth between
Yeah, there
Michael
was a lot of
Beasley
debate
and
about
Derrick
that.
Rose.
Yeah, there was.
Besides
That
me
dude was
and
putting
Earl.
up 20 and 20 every night.
No, not with me.
Okay. You did, but we can move on.
No.
It fell into you had to take Rose, hometown boy. Like that's what made the pick. You're not gonna pass on the hometown point guard, with that much potential and talent.
And that explosiveness that he had.
Yeah, that dude was Westbrook before Russ came on. Like,
And now he's a bum.
he's a bum.
And he's a
about
guard,
him?
man. It's a guards league.
I'm not hating
Yeah.
on him. I wouldn't have
I
been
am.
mad if we brought him back on a year.
I would have. I would have been pissed. Get out of here.
That was a poll question. Bulls fans.
Yeah, I would have laughed at that.
I asked if Bulls fans would have been happy if Derrick Rose came back, and the answer was they would have been. I
Bulls
can't find
fan?
the percentages right
They
now.
got love for the hometown kid.
69% of the people said yes, that's our boy. Like,
Yeah, right. He bought ball back to Chicago. Like, what were we before? Between Jordan and Rose, what were the Bulls? Nothing.
What were the other options? What were we with
Should
him?
have just traded Jimmy Butler for D
Like,
Rose.
honestly, look back at it. What were we with him?
We were
McCoy?
one of the best teams in the league every year.
Going where? To the second round?
they made the Eastern Conference Finals once.
Yeah.
Once. Whoa.
The best year of Rose's MVP years when he tore his ACL, right?
Of course, this is
No, it was the year
this is
after
a this is a
But our team
Bills
was
fan
nasty
talking.
that year.
Nah, D Rose is still better than anything you got in that trade, so you should have just
Yeah,
took him.
D Rose is better than whoever we're starting at point guard right now.
No, I want us to be terrible.
Well,
Absolutely horrible.
then you
Lose
should
every
want us to
game.
have D Rose, apparently.
So let's go back in time, and you have a multiple choice. You get Dunn, and whoever else they get is A. You get B, Kyrie Irving, or C, D Rose. Who are you taking?
Is D Rose going to get injured still?
He always does. What the
Then
hell?
I'm
always
taking
does.
Kyrie.
We all
Yeah,
know
you
got
Magic,
Kyrie.
Magic played more than D Rose, and he had the HIV. Just in case you forgot.
Just in case.
The interesting thing I saw about this Kyrie deal is they put out a stat that said over the past 2 seasons he shot about 26 shots for every 36 minutes he plays without LeBron, and only 6 players have ever topped 25 field goal attempts per 36 minutes in any season. Wilt Chamberlain did it twice, and your boy Kobe never did it.
That's right.
And people think of Kobe, and people are like, oh, he's the ultimate gunner.
Most missed shots ever.
Right. So for Kyrie to be doing something like that Kobe never did in 20 years is kind of crazy. Like, that's what he wants, though, right? To just be out there shooting 30 times a game.
He wants to do it more, obviously.
Yeah, like he was already getting plenty of looks.
Well, and that's the thing about that poll with them wanting Kyrie over Butler. If you look at 1 versus 1, Kyrie shooting that much is just him. It's not hard to defend. Just one guy. Go at him. That's it.
Well, the problem is his handle's so good that he gets to the rim a lot, you know? Like, he definitely
His
shoots
finishing
stupid
is
threes,
ridiculous.
but- yeah. He
Yeah, but
definitely
how do
shoots
you-
his bad shots, but
How do you explain, like, because of all these trade stuff that's come out, the polls where, like, when LeBron is off the court, they're 36 points worse?
Well,
With
because their
him-
team wasn't that good.
But that's what I'm just saying is
Like-
Kyrie is the main man on a not good team.
Well, this is my thing. Like, having LeBron on your team skews everything.
true.
So, like, no matter who is on the court with LeBron, they're going to look better than when they're off the court with LeBron. So, it means something, but it doesn't mean, like, people use it to say, like, Kyrie isn't good, or, like, Kyrie is a bum, or, like, Kyrie is whatever. Like, Kyrie's really good.
yeah, my
And,
point
like,
is
he can
I just-
carry the load on offense for you any night, but he was playing with LeBron. So
I
And
just
is
don't
he
think
a
he's-
1 or a 2? That's his biggest fault. Like
he's a two
he's a
in a
two.
one's body.
Yeah.
He's a 1 because he's just too small, but he
That's-
doesn't need to be though.
that's why
I mean, he
LeBron
plays
I think,
like a
is
two.
the perfect player for him to play with.
So
Because
what
LeBron will
happened there,
pass
man?
the
What
ball.
happened there? What do you think happened there? Why does he want to go?
I got a
Is
theory.
it-
Can I throw my theory out here?
do it, man. I want to. I want to hear it.
The shot he hit in Game 7 to win the championship was the worst thing that ever could have happened to them. Because Kyrie is 24 years old. He hits that shot. He goes through a whole summer hearing how he's the man, one of the biggest shots in NBA history. And then they go in there, and he's looking around. And I read the article that ESPN put out that broke down the things that were bothering him, like LeBron's boys on the plane and working with the team, but none of his boys could when he was the number 1 guy. Like, they weren't having that. So now he's looking around, and even though LeBron got him to that point, it's like, I hit the shot. Like,
I
the
want
ball
that
was in
too.
my hand with the season on the line, with the championship on the line, and I pulled up from 30 and drilled it into the MVP's face.
Back to back.
Right, and I put 40 up with you.
Exactly. So, like, 24, 25 years old, it's like the Shaq and Kobe thing. Like, you're so good, and they constantly want you to defer to this other guy who's really good. It probably just sucks after a while. Like, why do I have to hold back? Why don't he hold back a little bit and let me shine?
Yeah, but I think he also needs to realize 2 things. Number 1, where was he before? Obviously, he wasn't the same player before LeBron got there, but they weren't even sniffing the playoffs then. So, like, is that what you want to go back to, or do you want to
Yeah,
keep
but-
going to the finals?
They didn't
But I
have
think-
Kevin
I think-
Love and all them other
I think-
people that
I
LeBron
think
got
a
him.
big part of that, though, was he was a one and done. So those first couple of years in the NBA, you can't expect an 18-year-old kid to take a terrible team to the playoffs.
LeBron did.
LeBron came around. He was, but you can't expect him to be able to take a team by himself. They were still building that team.
Yeah, he'll just
once
rationalize it
once
as
LeBron
a
got
shot.
there, Kyrie was starting to get to the point where he was old enough to understand the game and then really take it to the next level that we've seen where he is now.
Kyrie's
But-
not even in his prime yet.
Right,
Yeah.
but Kyrie's thing is he doesn't pass. He's not a passer. He averages, like, I think just under 4 assists a game for his career, so he's not helping his teammates get looks.
No, he
As
gets
good as he
buckets.
is getting to the rim, you would figure he would draw people and kick, right? Easy buckets. So, is he going to get better in that aspect? Because he's going to have to if he wants to be the man,
I
unless he's
think
going to be
he's-
back in the same situation.
I think he's talented enough. He can get better in any aspect of the game that he wants to, as long as he puts in the work. Like, he's naturally gifted enough. I think he can get better at whatever facet of the game it is, passing, shooting, defense. He just needs to be able to be that dude that can put in the work and not just rest on your laurels of, I hit that shot in the MVP's face.
I don't think he's trying to do that, though. I think he's just trying to drop buckets.
Then that's not a dude I ever want on my team as my number one guy.
When you have handles that good, and you can finish that well. It's hard to be like, well, I'm going to kick to the guy in the corner. You know, like,
I mean, his finishing
just a
ability is
mindset.
ridiculous.
I get it. I get the
Top 10
confidence.
on
I get wanting to
SportsCenter,
be the
man.
man. You know, I would never hate on that, but I
So
mean, I
we're-
think he's going to be in for a rude awakening when he's on a team and he is the top option, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't fun." You know,
Well,
I'm
so-
scoring 30, but
Exactly,
we're 500
McCoy.
team.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Do you think where he gets traded, like he's picking, or is it what the Cavs want?
He doesn't have a no trade clause, so if I'm the Cavs, I'm like, "You want to be traded? I'm taking the best deal for us."
Exactly.
I don't
so
care about your list of teams.
dump him to the Knicks and let's see what Kyrie's really made of.
Well, the Knicks were on his list because he's from New York, I think.
Well, I
And
know
I
it's
actually think he may fit in well with the Knicks.
it's the Knicks, the Spurs, the Heat, and there was one other team.
T-Wolves.
T-Wolves.
There you go.
No
Yeah.
chance.
I mean,
I heard the Suns too. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
Bledsoe and LeBron have the same agent.
Yeah. So let's pose this question. You take those 5 teams. Which one of those do you guys think is best fit for Kyrie? Rich, you take it first.
What was it? The Spurs, the Heat, Timberwolves.
Knicks.
Suns and Nick.
Well, the obvious answer is probably the Timberwolves, right? They have the most around him. They have the most who can, like, he can do his thing, and then other people can, like, that has the core around him already, where he can just slide in, be the point guard. You know, if he needs to play off the ball, he can give the ball to Jimmy, or he can give the ball to Wiggins. Yeah, I would have to go with Minnesota.
is he
So
gonna
the only
pass?
thing is you also have to factor in they're probably going to have to get rid of one of those pieces in order to get him.
Everybody was
Like
saying
whether
Wiggins.
it's Wiggins, whether it's Cat, somebody's got to
My-
go.
No.
My only beef with the T-Wolves is if he goes there and Butler and Cat stay, Kyrie is probably their third best player.
So it's now the
I don't feel like that's the best. To answer the question, like that's not the best situation for him.
Well, Richard
Western
was
City
answering
doesn't
the
want that. Yeah, but I'm saying like
We'll get to you, McCoy. It's not your turn yet.
You drinking, McCoy? You're hostile over there, man.
So you're going with the
Not yet.
Timberwolves still, though, Rich? Even factoring in that somebody's probably going off the current roster?
Yeah, because I still think
Well,
Cat and Jimmy Butler
not
are
trading
the two best
Kat.
players. Well, no, Cat and Jimmy
Yeah.
Butler are going to be the 2 best teammates he could have out of everyone.
Okay.
So
McCoy?
that would make more sense.
I agree with those being the best 2 teammates, but like if the question is what's the best fit for him, the fit for him that he wants is to be the man and be out there shooting and not having players better than him on the team. So if that's the case, he should go to New York because he can go there and shoot 30 times a game and be the man. If he wants to win, which he's clearly not prioritizing by trying to leave Cleveland, then yeah, the T-Wolves would be the best roster to go to. He's been to 3 straight finals, so him leaving has nothing to do with winning, losing, or how much he wants to win. Like he wants to leave to be the man. So obviously winning, he's putting on the back burner to him getting more shine. So if for personally him saying I can go to any of these teams and play, I feel like the Knicks would be where he would want to be.
What about you, Kev?
If he's all pissy with LeBron, he really want to do something to get at him. He'll go to Miami, go down there, go back to his old stomping grounds, ball out, build something down there, and I mean, if he rubbed you the wrong way, why not? I mean, you were not going to win in New York. 'Cause I know that's where he's from, but that's just a mess. I don't know. It's a man. He should stick to the emojis, but I don't know, man. Miami, I feel like him and Riley could do something, and it would be dangerous with him and Kawhi with Pop. But I'm gonna, I'm a spiteful, I'm a retaliator. I'm going to Miami if I'm Kyrie.
Sticking to LeBron.
Yeah.
Can he have a little like introductory party press conference too when he's up on
Yeah,
the
but
stage?
he should shit on it though.
Dion
He should-
Waiters?
Yeah.
They'll happily hate on
And
LeBron.
and what Whiteside too, because he's a clown.
Yeah, they'll happily hate on LeBron.
Hell yeah.
Well,
I'm about
I
it.
agree with McCoy. I think that New York is the best fit for him because Kristaps being there is somebody who can play off the ball. He's a big man. He doesn't need it in his hands. So Kyrie can have the ball, control the ball, misses that he has at the basket. Maybe he doesn't finish. Clean up, easy points for Porzingis. He can kick it out because the big man can shoot a little bit too and clear some space. I just think that fits well, and it goes into his whole. I think Rich hit it on the head. That shot made his head huge. That shit swelled up like a balloon. Go out to New York where the limelight is biggest.
Ego ruins all basketball.
How much longer is Kyrie Irving better than Porzingis?
Oh, I don't think that he is right now. Like, I'd rather have Porzingis over Kyrie.
I would have him because of an age thing.
That's all
but
potential, though.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not
But I
after
just
this
mean the way.
season.
But even when Porzingis is better, Kyrie is going to handle the ball. You know, he's bringing it up, so he's going to feel like the man more because he's controlling when Porzingis gets it. That kind of deal.
Yeah,
Who won the skills competition, man?
that's right. More skills than Kyrie.
So I think we had a poll about this. And it was a thought of mine because my second team was the Spurs for Kyrie. I mean, we talk about Melo and the difference between Melo and the NBA and Olympic Melo. Well, if you can get Kyrie, Olympic guy that can play within a team, maybe the Spurs work. We had a poll question related to that, I think, right, Rich?
We had
No?
a fan question, actually.
Fan
I don't know if
question,
it's a
that's
fan
what-
question
Oh,
or a
yeah.
Twitter question. The question came from @thewhite_Mamba88, my boy. He wants to know, do you think Kyrie would be a good fit with the Spurs and why? I guess I can go. I don't think he would be a good fit with the Spurs. I think it would be a lot of what you see with LaMarcus Aldridge, because the Spurs, their offense is movement, moving the ball, finding the best player, getting the right shot. Kyrie's going to hold the ball, dribble it, wait for his shot, hold it and hold it and hold it and hold it, kind of like what LeBron does, just not as good. And it's kind of the issue that Aldridge has. He was from Portland, and everything went through him. They would give it to him in about the 15-foot range, and he would go to work. And now he's having problems because everything's off of movement, everything's pass here, pass there, move over here, now get over here, now pass back. It's all cutting and stuff, and I just don't think Kyrie would fit the system that they've worked to perfection for 20 years, because he's a one-on-one player, basically.
Yeah,
So,
McCoy's
going the
stat
same
line.
direction.
McCoy's stat from the very beginning here. How many shots he hoisted? Pop ain't having that.
No. No, he's
No.
not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He dribbles, drives and shoots. There's no
Like,
ball movement.
how good could Tony Parker have been on a team where he could just shoot?
Yeah.
And
But
drive
Tony
and
was
do his
willing to
thing.
play into that system and buy into the team.
Yeah, he was filthy doing that.
Yeah. That's why I was saying before you read that off that I think if you could get a Kyrie that could buy into that concept, that fit, him sliding into that point guard role would be unbelievable with Kawhi.
It was
I don't know
CP3.
or see that would ever happen, though.
That was
That's
Chris
my
Paul,
problem
man, and
with
it didn't
man.
happen.
He's clearly wants to be the system, not be a part of it, you know?
Yeah.
That's what he's complaining about in the Cavs. Their system is pretty much LeBron. So now he's like, well, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to be, I want to be the system, basically, and go somewhere where I'm going to be the vocal point. Because that's really the only thing he doesn't have is the title. He gets just as many shots as LeBron. He has the ball just as much as LeBron. So really, that's what he's looking for to me, is to just be the only stud on his team.
But his boys
Still
don't
the
have the
reverse of
clout
what
that
everybody else
LeBron's
is.
do, so get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had one more poll question about this that I wanted to bring up. I asked Kyrie for Boogie, who says no. And 44% of the people said the Pelicans would say no. And I think that's crazy. I think
Yeah, if I'm the
sort-
Pelicans, I'm absolutely doing it because right now you have two big men, but nobody to get him the damn ball. Anthony Davis is a beast. Go ahead and get rid of Boogie and that whole problem that Boogie can create, and bring in Kyrie and have that 1-2, like I just talked about with Porzingis, just AD down in
Yeah,
in
I
Orleans.
think that would be perfect, honestly, Kyrie and Davis, because Davis isn't a ball handler like that. Like when you watched the Kings play last year, Rich, I know with the league pass you talked about this with me a lot about how Boogie would bring the ball down the court.
Yo, he was so nice at it.
Yep, like Davis doesn't do that. Davis will get set up those pick and rolls. He can stretch the floor and shoot a little bit. So
Yeah.
a Kyrie and Anthony Davis pick and pop or pick and roll would be pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So I
I
think
actually think the Cavs might say no before the Pelicans because Boogie might just clog up the lane a little bit for LeBron.
Boogie's just going to take Tristan Thompson's minutes.
And
Really.
Boogie might punch him in the face at some point.
I was hoping David West would have punched him in the face instead of kissing him.
All right, well, the NBA is in the off season, but we do have a season of a sport going on, MLB. Rich and McCoy, not big fans. When I asked if we wanted to talk about the trade deadline, Rich asked us which deadline.
I don't know what was going on.
but Kev and myself are big baseball fans.
We worried Rich.
That
Thought
had me dying.
there was a scare. There was a deadline, and he didn't know what it was.
Right?
Could have told him
One of
anything.
us were getting traded.
Cash considerations.
Oh no.
So because those two aren't big baseball fans, Kev and I are, we'll talk a little bit about baseball, and here's our first topic. Kev, 1 week away, trade deadline coming up. You're a Yankee fan. I'm a Mets fan. We are probably on opposite sides here. You guys are probably going to be buyers. The Mets probably going to be sellers somewhat, just getting rid of some deals because they got 1 year. Get out of here. We'll talk about him in a minute for you assholes. But Kev, I want to start off with what you would like to see the Yankees do and what you think they will do.
Well, I would love to see them get rid of Ellsbury's contract here. Find someone to take on that terrible contract for this guy. Let the young, my boy with the red hair, Clint Frazier, take center. And we got Austin Hicks. Let the young guys play. So I would like to see him go. I saw a bunch of like different options. They're all just rumors that are out there, like of people that would maybe we could take a bad contract for a bad contract. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know. I see them, just getting somebody that will be a little bit of a power hitter at first base, and we got to try to find some starting pitching somewhere, man.
Yeah, so I'm actually sitting here reading about Ellsbury right now, and the Yankees owe him $75 million between now and the end of the 2020 season, and this dude has a no-trade contract, no-trade clause, so bad contract for the Yankees, and it looks like somebody like Jordan Zimmerman, Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah, you saw that.
Would you
Imagine
like to
him
hear
and
those guys.
Well, I think Stanton and Judge on the same team that would be crazy. You got the two biggest guys in the league, just wreaking havoc. So I think that would be something that the MLB could feed off of. I saw, Verlander's name tossed around. Even Robbie Cano, Ellsbury's from the Northwest, so maybe. But all that stuff is speculation, man. It's going to take a lot for those guys to leave their teams.
Yeah, definitely. I think Verlander is a guy that could be had, but I don't want him. His ass is old at this point.
Nah, man. When we were watching at your house,
Kate Upton?
Yes, he is.
He's
Yeah,
winning
he's-
in life then.
yeah, he's preoccupied. When we watched Verlander at your house back, the one that unfortunately burned down, that's when Verlander was good. I'll take him then.
Yeah,
but
that was like
but
12 to 15 years ago.
post straw party house, I'm out.
So the things that I have seen for the Yankees, besides just Ellsbury, is looking for some starting pitching. You mentioned Verlander. Jim Manchu is down in the AAA. Do you guys know, or he's a first baseman for you. Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, he was up and played a couple games, man. And the few games I saw him hit, he was actually socking dingers. So if he can, maybe he can fetch us some good starting pitching. I know not the guy I'm about to bring up. It's going to take a whole lot more to get him. But it looks like the Rangers are going to be letting go of Yu Darvish here because of their
I was just about to ask you.
their losing streak there. But I don't think we're going to give the Rangers what they want, man, for that. That's going to take some prospects that I don't think Cashman's ready to let go of.
Would you even want him? He's coming off of, well, this is his first year back, but Tommy John surgery a year ago, guy in his 30s.
Nah, that's probably somebody we'll look at in like 2 or 3 years when we're pushing for a real championship here. But these guys are young. Let the young guys do it.
Yeah, well, for the Mets on the other side, like I said, going to be sellers somewhat because they're
Tebow.
not getting rid of any young guys. They're just going to get rid of some expiring contracts. Probably the biggest one, Addison Reed, who is somebody that's rumored for the Yankees, some bullpen help for you guys because another bad contract, Aroldis Chapman, you guys gave him a huge one, has been terrible for the Yankees.
Yeah, man. I thought before the Yankees traded for Todd Frazier, Canely and got our boy Robertson back, I thought they were going to get Duda and Reed from the Mets. So I don't
He's
know.
still out there, so I think the Mets are holding out for a top prospect, which good for them. You know, Reed is one of the best setup men and has been a closer on and off for the Mets this year with Familia out. So hold out, get a top prospect. We need some guys that are in the system and at least in the position places, because Rosario and Cicchini are the only two that we really have that we're going to bring up soon.
I have a guy in the system.
God damn it, go ahead.
Boy,
Save it.
go ahead with what? What is there? What is there to go ahead with? There's a guy in the system that
Yeah,
can
who?
do miraculous things for
That
your
can
franchise.
inspire the fans.
And where is he going to play?
It doesn't matter. Pick a
Yes, it does.
Wherever he wants.
Yeah, wherever God chooses to put him.
That's perfect.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Well, what do they have to lose right now? I mean, you guys aren't going anywhere.
It's a joke. Like Tim Tebow and him playing in minor league baseball, let alone the thought of even bringing him up to the show, is an absolute goddamn joke.
It is, but you guys got him there, so I
That's
mean,
fine. Keep him in the minors since you signed him, and make sure you're grabbing that money. Keep grabbing the money. Leave him in the minors until that shit wears out, and then you're done. I do not want to see him in Citi Field. I will be
don't
so
keep-
pissed.
Don't
Keep
act like
grabbing
that's not
the
the
money.
plan, though. They didn't bring him there to never bring him up to the big leagues. Like they
Yes, they
definitely
did.
had
That was
that
the plan.
ticket, so that
Nope.
ticket push.
Nope.
Watch.
Nope.
I can't wait.
Never
Me
happened.
neither.
Not, I
Gonna be
mean,
awesome.
the amount of money that he'll generate from just making an appearance.
Yeah, for a
it
month.
will-
All right, Kev, so Rich and I got into this a little bit in our group chat. I say no. Eventually, yes, I think the Mets are going to bring this asshole up. There's no reason for it, but yeah, he's probably going to
Yo,
see the
why do you
field
have
at
to
some
call him all
point.
these things, man?
Because I'm pissed. There's no reason for him to be
He doesn't
playing
hate
where
him,
he
though.
is right
No.
now. Shh, let me finish my thought.
What is it,
So,
man? Is it
at
because he
some
was a
point, the
Jet,
Mets-
or is because
At
you didn't
some
get to
point,
play
nah,
baseball?
He sucks. He's not good. He hasn't been good since he left Florida, yet he continues to just be given this limelight, big-time opportunity for no damn reason.
He won a playoff game.
Yeah, word. I don't
No.
know why everybody
No.
acts like his numbers whatever, but he won games.
He
He
won
won a
one
Heisman,
game,
didn't
and
he?
it was his team that won that game.
Who threw the
National
pass?
championship.
Should have made it a jump pass.
Oh, my God.
Whenever you want it. That's how he hits
Good.
home runs.
Then the Bills can call him up and give him a quarterbacking job.
Hey,
If
they
he's
don't-
so good, why isn't he in the NFL?
We clearly don't want Tyrod, so maybe we will.
Because the Jets ruined him. They schemed him right out of the league.
Oh, that's what it was. They tried to make him what he was, a fullback.
They just
He
wanted
wanted
to.
to be a bitch and,
Wait a
and say,
minute.
no, I will only play quarterback.
Y'all
Fine,
wanna
get
put-
out of here.
If Mark
The Jets
Sanchez
ruined
was
him.
starting over me, I would try to play quarterback too. Like
That
come
just
on.
shows you how bad he was. Mark Sanchez was clearly better than him.
The Jets
They didn't
were
let him
stupid for
play.
not giving him a chance.
No, you're out of your mind.
No, Mark Sanchez said. You gonna ride out for Mark Sanchez?
Everybody, no, I'm not riding for Mark Sanchez. I'm riding for not giving Tim Tebow more chances.
From the day you drafted Mark Sanchez, Pete Carroll, who's coach of the players out here, was hating on him. Like, he was straight trash from the jump.
Then he just
And
come out
I
and say,
always
I told him to
said
stay.
that.
Yeah,
I
Well,
was
when he got
pissed when they
he was-
drafted
I really
his
think
ass.
he needs to come back another year. And you know, Pete Carroll's like all his players on the Seahawks love that dude. So you never hear him say anything bad about anybody.
Yep. So anyway, Kev, my theory here is that if you leave Tebow in the minor leagues because he is drawing crowds for whatever reason, there is this hysteria around Tim Tebow. So you're drawing crowds. You're making a bunch of money off of merchandise and ticket sales at games. As soon as you bring him up to the major leagues and he is absolutely god awful for 2 weeks, you're never going to be able to make any more money off of him. So why not drag it out for the rest of this year, and then at some point towards the end of next season, you bring him up, finish your money grab, you get 2 years out of it, and be done.
See, but that's where you went wrong. He's not going to be god awful.
Yes, he is.
He's going to rake.
No, he's
And
not.
he's going to
raking
inspire,
now.
and women are going to want to have his babies. And jersey sales are going to go up.
They're gonna be sorely disappointed because he
Kev's
sees
not
himself for
wrong.
marriage. So
Every female.
He's going to
athlete
strike
has
out
to
3
have a
times a game and then hit game winners, whether
And
they're
it's going to be awesome. It's going to
whether
be the
they're
coolest
blue
thing in the world.
flies or bombs. He's winning ball games.
Hold on. I got a theory. Tim Tebow, greatest pinch hitter ever. Just bring him up When you need someone to get a hit, he's getting it every time.
When you need a miracle.
When you need a miracle, bring Tebow to bat.
And when
You
it's
start rooting
when
for
it's
a team, and you can have them do it for your team. I
when
don't
it's
want any-
Tuesday night at the
I
stadium
don't-
and you
hold
need
on.
someone on the jumbotron, you got Tebow.
And when he comes up to bat, everyone has to do the angel. They have to flap their Listen,
There's
that
no
right
more
there
wave.
is
It's
worth
just
it.
angel swing.
Angels just flapping their wings.
They're about to get Danny Glover out there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Angels in the outfield.
I'll tell you what,
Dan.
if that happens, I'm on board for it. If that's the
Yep.
game plan, then I'm on board with you.
Man, welcome.
I'll tell you what. I'll make a
You'll
deal
get
with
his
you.
jersey?
I'll make a deal with you
You'll
right
get
now.
his
I'll make a
jersey?
deal with you right now. McCoy, you got to do this too. Kev, it's too far for you, so I'm not going to force you. If he gets called up, you get tickets. I'll go to the game, and the three of us will stand in the stands, and we'll do
I
the
will do
angel
that.
wave.
I'm in.
I'm game for
I will
that.
do that.
All right.
I'll go do it at the Dodger Stadium.
I'm
I'll
not
be
wearing
at
the
Dodger
jersey. That's-
Stadium
you
doing
have
the
to
not
angel
have
happening.
the
thing.
jersey.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
wearing the
have
jersey.
to.
You can.
All by
No,
myself.
for real? Listen,
I'm not
true
spending
story.
any money on this dude or anything that happens.
True story, when they first signed him, I looked up his jersey because I was going to buy one. Right? That shit is $35. I hit the X so quick and got out of that little MLBstore.com.
Yeah, but
What
think
other
about how
minor
many
league
people
player?
did it, you know?
Huh?
Like, there's
That's-
probably a ton of Tebow Mets jerseys out there for $35 a pop.
I
And
know.
that's what I'm saying. Keep
And when
on
he
letting them
comes up,
buy
they'll
them
make him
for like
50.
2 years.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
just end it right now.
Listen, man. You
What-
know what gets me with this whole thing with you? You get so angry about it, and it
I
doesn't
get
mean
angry
anything.
about anything that has to do with my team. I
I
don't
know,
like.
but like this seems like he did something personal to you.
The Jets.
No,
man.
well, it's not. It's not him. It's not him. It's what ESPN has done to him. What they have made him. The fact that they have taken him and shoved him down everybody's throat so much for no reason. Like even when he's not playing and he's not doing anything, he's still in the headlines. Why? He's not good at anything. 90% of
He's
these kids that go
castrating
to
babies.
college,
So I mean, he's over there. Fucking, he's over there.
honest to
In
God,
Africa,
90%
man.
of these kids that go to college that are studs in the college level, at whatever sport it is, men's or women's, volleyball, soccer, baseball, football, most of them are two-sport athletes that were really good at something else and could have gone and played D1 in that sport as well, just like Tim Tebow. Why is it Tim Tebow is still getting a shot? Why is it that when other guys go and don't work out in one sport, they don't turn around and go, you know what? I used to play football, and a team just signed him because, oh, it's Joe Blow. He's Joe Blow. He's gonna get a contract now.
Because of his
Tim
image,
Tebow.
son.
Yeah, like
'Cause
Tim
his
Tebow
fans,
is one of
man.
the greatest college football players ever. And
And
he
that's
was
it. That's where it
polarizing.
ends.
But no, but like he captivated like sports.
Yeah.
How
because
long
he-
ago was that?
It was like 10 years ago. Listen, me and Kevin
Why
been
is
on
he
the
playing
Tebow train
baseball
since
out
the
of it,
booth
though?
in
That's what
07.
I'm saying. Why is he playing baseball
Hammer to the left.
because of that?
Yeah.
Yo, Tebow is not just that though. He's like everything. His image, everything about him. And if he wants to do something, a team will bring him on. Like for exactly what we were talking about. It's gonna make them It's gonna make them look good because he's a good guy. Giving him a chance, it's gonna sell things, man. It's all about money at the end of the day, and Tebow's doing that. And
I put
guess
him in the
what?
same-
If it works, man, that's the biggest risk reward you ever did see.
I put him in the same category as the Kardashians. They suck. They do nothing good. Well, he does some
Oh.
good, but they suck. They're not entertaining. They're not good at what they do for a profession. They did one thing that got them famous. Theirs happened to be a sex tape. His
They made
happened
it
to be a
funny
big
good.
speech in a national championship. Besides that, they haven't done anything else that gives them the ability to do where they are. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Tebow saves lives, man. The Kardashians don't save lives. Get out of here.
And I kind
I
of
saw that ESPN
kind of
yeah.
blowing past his college years is kind of disrespectful. Like that man was a beast at Florida.
He's one of the best ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I'm not arguing that, but that should not carry you to
Yeah,
the
but you
point that
kind of
he
do
is.
like, oh, he was good at one thing. No, he was really good at quarterback at Florida. Like he
but
was
only
really
in
good.
college. Like he couldn't play with the big boys.
Hey,
give
man,
him,
we all
give
peak
him.
at
There's a lot of
the
people like
studs
that.
and he can't play anymore.
He won
So
a playoff game.
Yo, Rich,
Game
really,
winning
come on.
walk-off.
He didn't
Walk-off.
win that game.
Michael Jordan just got to be a White Sox minor leaguer. Why did he
And
just
we
get to
talked
do
about
that?
this. I don't agree with that. I'm on the same page. I'm not flip-flopping on that.
And he was worse than Tebow.
I'm
That's
just gonna
not true.
say this, man.
Mike was playing at a higher level than Tebow and putting up better numbers.
He didn't sock no
Hey, the
dingers.
Tebow just makes me want him to succeed.
I know
So
it
much.
does.
I tell the Mets Twitter account every day how much they need to have him.
I
up
know, and if anybody with the Mets ever follows us, I just want you guys to know that is not my thought. That is just these guys. But 3 rule
there.
outrules
I'll own
1,
it.
and I can't take it
I'm
down.
not ashamed of it.
I am. I don't want them to think that I'm for this. No.
I think
I'm
we
trying to
got
get
that.
those tickets for free.
If it was the Yankees, they'd do it because that's a class organization.
That's right.
Oh,
God
get
first.
the hell out of here. Stop.
Keep it classy, Yanks.
Yeah. Mr. Met over there flipping off
Yeah.
fans. Yeah. You could get Tebow. He could be your mascot, your pinch hitter, your jumbotron. Pump up the
do
crowd. You get the angel wing. You get everything with Tebow, and you're over there. You'd rather just flip your fans off, Mr. Met. Yeah. F you,
Yankees will-
fans.
Yeah, okay.
He'd look good in pinstripes.
You can have Tim Tebow.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He probably look good in anything. He's jacked.
Swole on him.
He is real swole.
That's why I was the hammer.
Hammer to the left.
I just want to
You
say,
seriously couldn't stop him.
we're talking about baseball. I saw on this date in 1983, George Brett got called out for the pine tar incident and flipped out.
Came busting
Oh.
out of the dugout in that game.
I thought he was ready to whoop some ass, man.
He was.
But he wasn't real. He didn't do it.
Baseball. Baseball's like the only sport you can like legit fight in, like brawl in anymore. Like you never see hands thrown in really any of the others, besides hockey where you can fight. But
I was just about to say, they
Yeah, me
fight
too.
almost every game in hockey.
Oh yeah, but you can fight in hockey, you know. And like basketball and football, you don't see brawls like you do. In
No,
baseball.
not at all.
Like, that's
Imagine
clear
if you let him
brawls.
brawl in the NBA.
Man,
Well,
brawls
you saw
got
that.
ruined in the NBA because Ron Artest and Steven
Imagine
Jackson
that.
went up into the crowd and put a whooping on some people.
That was
They
Captain
should've kept
Jack
their cups
coming in
to
there with the
themselves.
hands.
They
first.
should have.
Those fans got
Those
what they
fans
deserved.
don't want those problems.
They got what they deserved. You don't see me out there throwing beers at NBA
After
players.
squaring
Get
up
out of
with
here.
Jermaine O'Neal, I don't know what he was thinking.
Money.
He wasn't.
Caught that down seam reach to the face. Like, woo, the whole time. Cats are wild.
All right, we're going to talk about another sport that we haven't really mentioned yet, but it is coming up soon. We're 4 weeks out, I think, from preseason football starting. Actually, we're even less than that for the Hall of Fame game, but for the regular schedule to get underway, 4 weeks and 8 weeks out from the NFL schedule starting. So we're going to do something where every one of us are going to pick division winners, Super Bowl winners. We're going to hold each other to it. And guys, I think we should come up with some type of like bet or something that the loser, the guy who gets all of the worst picks, has to do. What do you guys think of that?
I thought we were gonna wait till.
I'm
closer to
down,
the
but
season.
Yeah, we're not going to pick them right now. I'm just throwing out ideas here.
Ah,
bud.
okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
What are
that's
we gonna
fine.
bet?
Did I just
don't
say
know.
Patriots?
I
Got to have
locked
your
them, I
division
locked them
winners.
week.
You got to have your division winners and
Stone
then
Cold
have them
lead
go.
pipe block.
Yeah,
We're also going to do Kev and myself are Jets fans. We're going to be horrible. So Kev is going to do a quarterback watch for us, keep an eye on some college QBs, and we'll keep an eye on the Jets' loss streak. Hopefully it goes to 16 this season.
hey, Straub, speaking of that, did you see the Sam Darnold, the guy from USC, is already threatening to stay
Yes,
in
I
another
saw
year?
that.
He's going to dodge the
headline,
Jets.
the headline was, will he pull a Peyton and spurn
Yep.
the Jets?
Oh, that'll be
would.
awesome. That gotta be
Yeah,
He's staying in. He don't want to come to the Jets.
I don't blame
As soon as
him.
I saw it, I just shook my
He's
head.
out.
But at the same time, he's out of USC. USC quarterbacks have not really
Nah, I don't
turned
want
out
him.
too well. So,
I'm out.
The only decent one is Carson. I
yeah.
think he got hurt or something, and like they tried.
I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
No, he just retired. He didn't want to play for the Bengals anymore and just retired for a few years.
Could have swore he got hurt though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought so too, but I'm not sure. I didn't see any replays or anything, so.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So even though there's nothing going on with the NFL yet, we did have some news with Rich's boy, Dez Bryant. A couple
I do
hours
like
late
Dez
to
Bryant.
conditioning. Already starting problems here, buddy?
He was at a charity event. He spent $16,000 on barbecue for kids from his hometown,
Barbecue.
And now
he's
he's
the star-
15 minutes late.
and he's the star of the
overweight.
team. So
He's eating
he-
barbecue.
like, right? Eating barbecue.
Cornbread.
No, you throw that. You don't eat that.
If you don't
Yeah.
get that, please go back and listen to the end of show number 2.
So I feel like Des Bryant is like the most hated on dude in the NFL.
I'm gonna let people know I ride for him no matter what.
It's either him or
Throw
Odell
up the
Beckham.
eggs.
But
I think it's still Dez.
It might
Yeah.
be Odell.
It's
Odell's
close.
gaining on him.
I'm just
Yeah,
giving
Yeah.
it to Dez because he's been doing it longer.
Listen, my wife, who's the smartest person I've ever met in my life,
Is she in the same room as you right now?
Tell her to answer
Nope.
the phone.
she's not. She's not in the same room with me right now. She's actually at work. But I told her when I got the alert, I said, "Oh, Dez was 3 hours late to conditioning. This will be a big deal." And she looked at me and she said, "Well, you know what? If my father was my grandfather / uncle / mom's boyfriend, I would probably be late to some things too." And it put it all in perspective for me. Like, if you don't know the background of Dez Bryant's life, like, you can't really sit here and judge this man. He grew up in a house that had the refrigerator locked, so he couldn't eat, but all his brothers and sisters could eat. His father is like his grandfather. Like, I gotta look up the story again, but it was some weird stuff. The only reason he got to play football is because he stole the equipment off of a front porch because his family couldn't afford it. Like,
When he got first into the NFL, they gave him I don't want to call it a babysitter, but it was essentially what it was, like a guy that he lived with. I think ESPN did like a E60 on him or something, like a little short. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
yeah.
I heard rumors that because Zeke keeps on having little run-ins with the law or confrontations at 2:30 in the morning because he loves the nightlife, that they may do the same exact thing with him.
Well, is this because they're on the Cowboys?
Yes.
What?
That
Yes.
these babysitters having?
Yes.
I think, yeah.
Them
Part
or
of
the
it is
Bengals.
because- Part of it is because
The Bengals
Jerry
let them
Jones
ride.
Jerry Jones is also, it seems to be like he's attracted to those type of personalities.
Because they're the best football players.
Yeah.
Think of any great college team. They all had players with questionable character,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess you want
Even
to
to
say.
this day, they still do. Every time the draft gets ready to go, it's, this guy did this when he was in high school, and this guy got arrested for that, and this dude smokes pot. And
The
those
Florida
are usually the
Gators
ones that
star
are really,
player
really
was a
good because
murderer.
they know they are.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference for them. It's the guys that, well, I guess, a lot of dudes have slipped in the draft lately a lot because of that kind of stuff, like Mixon, but it wasn't really a first-round pick, So there's been a lot of people lately, that's what they're emphasizing, and I think half of it is BS. These are 20-year-old kids, high school kids. Obviously they're going to make mistakes. Obviously it's an extreme punching a woman in the face, but, some of the stuff that they get done on these dudes for is ridiculous. Let them live a little bit. Who cares if a high school kid smokes weed? The people criticizing him did it, they probably still do it, so who are you to say anything?
It's all about
if
the
our early
image and the
20s
media,
were on tape, We
man.
wouldn't get drafted. All of us would be that talent that didn't get drafted and was working out for teams if we had our early 20s on tape.
Oh my God, yeah. Even now, I think about it. We're over here, hearing Dez about being late to practice, and you hear about his upbringing, but ain't nobody really hear about all the money he spent on that charity barbecue. Think about us when we were 20, man. I don't want to hear nothing nobody had to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if I wanted to be 20 minutes late or a half hour late or even skip your conditioning, guess what? I was going to do that, and I'm going to go score
Right.
some touchdowns too, because you couldn't stop me on the field or off.
only people that listen to this show that know us will understand this comment, and I'm sorry to everybody else, but when we were 20, we went to Wildwood, guys.
That's basically, yeah.
Like, we did, so that was our vacation out of high school and college. And yeah, we did horrible, terrible, dumb things compared to what they're getting ragged on. But that's how the NFL is, and that's what the story is.
Man, we didn't have millions of dollars, so it would have only
Yeah,
been worse
nope.
then.
Imagine if we did.
We would have all been in jail.
There would be no podcast.
Yeah, somebody isn't going to be here if that were the case.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of people not being around as things go on, Game of Thrones. People started getting killed last night in episode number 2. Euron Greyjoy, they're starting to build his character and show him for the badass that he is. And just when things started looking good for Khaleesi and they had a plan, he came in, took out that entire Iron Fleet.
I think this is a
what'd you
big
guys
loss
think?
for them.
It's
Big loss
huge.
for them.
It's
Like,
huge, yeah.
This is the first action they've really been in against Cersei. And, I mean, it wasn't even her. This was all Euron. But, that's a black eye right there that they just got mopped up like that. And Euron was a beast. He's about that action.
Battle axe, woo!
Yeah, I'm here for him wrecking everything. Took out them sand snakes real quick.
Yo,
Then,
how about when Theon
Sand
stopped and
snakes.
realized that his side had lost, and Rake started coming out again, and he just jumped over the
Yeah.
side.
That dude's a sucker, man. He's gonna get a redemption moment, and I don't want him to. I hope he just gets his head cut off or something, man. He
Yeah,
can
I
go
don't.
somewhere.
I don't think he needs. He had his redemption moment. That was it.
You know they're gonna
You
give him
jumped
another
over the
one.
side.
He
They
needs to
said
go
that was
somewhere.
because, like, he had post-traumatic stress syndrome. Like, he wasn't trying to get that shit done to him again. The man
Yeah,
chopped off
I
his penis, guys.
Hey,
Like,
Grey Worm had that happen to him too, and he's
at
still
birth,
getting it.
though, he never knew what it was like to have one.
Still
Yeah, and
getting his, though.
Theon was a player before
No
it got
fear.
chopped off.
Listen, it's not the same thing.
No fear, man. Good for Grey Worm.
I did feel happy for Grey Worm.
Yep, good for him.
I was thinking the whole time when they were about to get down, I was thinking, man, this must suck. Like,
Uh-huh.
but I guess he doesn't know any better, so he doesn't know what he's missing. But I was like, man, this kind of sucks for him. But I'm glad he got something, you know?
He did him.
Yeah, he did. He did what he had to do.
Yep.
Kev, did you get a chance to see last night's episode?
Nah, man, I started season 1 over with the lady so she could watch it. So I'm way behind, and I'm
okay,
starting from
okay.
the beginning. But
That's a good move.
it was interesting to see all that stuff again, and then like hear you guys talk about people that are in these battles when they were all young like that. So it's cool, man. I'm gonna catch up, but I have what I've really put my time into is the Marvels. That McCoy sent me the chronological order, so I've been all over those this week. I've watched
catching
about
up,
4.
getting on.
Yeah, I've
getting
watched
on
about
point.
4
Nice.
movies. Yeah, so I'll be caught up to you guys very shortly.
Okay. Rich McCoy, what stood out for you guys last night in the Game of Thrones episodes?
You can go first.
I liked one of the cool things to me was when Danny called out Varys, and when they were
Yeah.
in there in the beginning, and she was calling him out, like, didn't you serve her dad, and then Robert, and then she was for Viserys, so she really backed him into her corner. But I thought he handled it like nobody else probably would have got out of that situation with their head on. But that dude's so smooth, like. She completely called him out on everything, and he was just like, nah. He's like, listen, I'm here for the people. And, that perfectly appealed to her. So, that's what she's there for, too. And that's why, her plan, she doesn't want to just go up into King's Landing with the dragons and wreck everything because, like she said, she's not here to rule Ashes.
Yeah, yep. I think
I
at
still
this
think
point,
they should go up in there with the dragons, though.
oh, you know what's going to happen. It's coming.
I think they're
Especially
going to
now.
force their hand now.
Yeah, I was going to say with the Iron Fleet destroyed now, they kind of have no choice. They can't go, and it wasn't just the Iron Fleet because Dorne was with them. So House Dorne is now gone.
Right, yeah, they lost those 2 armies because all those Ironborn are going to ride with Euron now.
Yep.
So they're all with Euron. Dorne, I feel like the people of Dorne are loyal to where they'll still send their army out to help Dany and her squad, though. Unless they're just going to hide like they used to because they're
Well-
in that spot where nobody can get to them. So
Yeah, that or Euron continues to sail there and take over the throne there, and then that's his army. It's
Yeah,
another
it's a possibility.
possibility. Yeah. Rich, what stood out to you, bud?
The tension between Sansa and Jon Snow again. Like, she needs to stop calling the king out in front of everyone like that.
Yeah.
And then when he confronted Littlefinger,
Yeah, that was
when
awesome.
Littlefinger was talking,
Littlefinger
it-
needs to go somewhere.
it just leads me to keep on thinking that Littlefinger's going to get in her head.
Yeah, especially with
She's gonna-
John now
she's gonna
leaving
do
because
something
he's
stupid.
going. Yeah, because he's going to meet with.
Do you think John made
with
the
them.
right move by leaving?
I do,
Yeah,
because he knows what's coming. And like the issue is not Cersei right now. The issue is the White Walkers.
yeah.
Like, he,
like,
he knows what's coming, and Dragonstone is where the Dragon Glass is. That's priority one. Let's stay alive. Then we'll worry about who's going to sit on the Iron Throne.
Okay, so we saw in the if you watched like the preview for next week, it shows that that meeting is going to happen next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you think that's going to go?
I don't think they're actually going to talk. I think they're going to like look at each other, and it's going to be like the next episode.
Oh, you think it'll
I
be like
think
how
they're
it
actually
ends
gonna
it
meet,
and
though.
tease?
Yeah.
I could see them doing that. I think they're going to do a little more with the story, so I think they'll actually talk. I think it'll probably go pretty well.
They're pushing things along so quick. I think they're going to like meet and converse and like.
I think
start to
at some
really get
point,
into it.
yeah, I think at some point that they're going to hook up anyway. So I don't think that they're going to
Like have sex hookup.
yeah.
You know that's his aunt, right? I mean, not
Yep.
that that matters in Game of Thrones, but
I was going to say the Targaryens
Yeah,
were
right.
inbreeders to keep the lines smooth.
uh,
So
keep the bloodline
uh,
pure.
yeah, I think that's going to happen.
Even though it does the exact opposite.
yeah, right. Doesn't
don't
keep
know. I
anything
don't
smooth
think,
and pure.
What don't you know about McCoy?
I don't think that. I don't know because Dany doesn't care about the White Walkers right now. You know, she's focused on taking the kingdom over. So that's what Jon Snow is there for, the White Walkers. You know,
I've
that's
literally
his
never
main
heard
goal
her
right
talk
now.
about them.
No, I don't even know if she knows they exist because she's been on the other side across the narrow
Yeah,
sea.
she's never been up north like that. You know, anything she hears is hearsay. Like, I think Jon Snow can definitely persuade her, but I think it's going to take some work because her main goal right now, especially after, you know, that Yara and the Sand Snakes and them getting captured and killed, you know, that's taking a hit. So I think she's going to be even more geared towards King's Landing first, White Walkers second, whereas Jon Snow is just, you know, White Walkers is his main concern for good reason.
Yeah, we saw more of Jorah yesterday too, and some
yeah.
disgusting scenes. Them showing where Sam found some old cure for grayscale and started cutting it off. And, just kill
I
me.
can just cut it
Like,
off.
I'm
That
not
was the
sitting
cure?
through all that. Just cut
Yeah.
my head off.
Right? Like, that was the cure the whole time, just to cut it off? Like, no one's tried
just
this?
cut my head off. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but why not do this? Like, no one thought when this
Oh,
was,
yeah, like when it
just
was in a
starting to
small
spread.
area.
Yeah, like, oh, my wrist has grayscale. Let me not pick this off. Like, that was whack.
I think the paste was part of the cure too. Whatever he made that he had to put on afterwards.
Yeah,
but
true.
still, yeah.
I would have been picking it off every time. Oh, this grayscale again. Nope. There it goes.
What
What,
else did we see?
what did
Arya
y'all
last
think
night.
about-
I kind of felt bad for Arya because she found out that her family finally took back Winterfell. She's heading up there. Her and Jon Snow in the first season, we saw them all together, seemed to be the closest. And just as she's on her way up there, he's on his way out. So they're not going to meet up, I don't think. At least not
Unless
for
they
a little
cross
while.
paths on the way, which is unlikely. But yeah, you know, usually if she goes and Sansa's there, I mean, they always have at it with each other. But that's
Yeah.
still her sister, you know.
Yeah.
It's better than anything else she has going at this point.
Yep. That is very, very true. But I did like that she turned around and continued going towards King's Landing by herself. Go back, link up with the other wolves. Speaking of wolves, we saw her dire wolf.
I
was-
yeah.
Yeah, that
I was a
wolf
little.
huge, son.
I was right.
It was like as big as me.
I was a little confused though when she left. The wolf and its pack left, and Arya said, "That
That's not
isn't
you."
you."
That's from in the first season, which Cavill will see soon. Her dad is talking to her and saying, you know, he has a book, and he's like, well, you know, you can marry a king, and you can wear these dresses, and basically telling her, you know, like what Sansa wants her life to be, you know,
Uh-huh,
the
I
spoiled
remember.
princess. And she looked at him, and she was like, that's not me. So she's basically telling the wolf, come with me, and back to Winterfell, and, you know, she's like basically saying, you know, to the wolf, be domesticated, And she, it's kind of comparison.
Oh,
between the two.
okay.
So she's
I
like, no,
gotcha.
that's not you. So it's it's a callback to that moment.
I got you. Okay, that makes sense then.
But that was nice. I liked. What did you think about that dude? What's his name? Qyburn or whatever. About his plan to defeat the dragons.
Oh, with the huge arrow that they had that
big
they shot through the
crossbow,
skull. Yeah. I mean, they're going to need multiple of them and firing off rapidly, but
Yeah.
that's
You
your
would
best
know. You're the
defense you
expert
got.
on dragons.
That is true.
That was my thing.
Speaking,
like, if you have
speaking
one,
of
what are you
Wildwood,
doing? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Talked
You
him
get
down.
done with one, but you got two
Talked
more to
him
go.
down.
And is he gonna fly in a straight line?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you just gonna guess where he's gonna go and shoot him? Like, especially if
I'm
somebody's
sure-
riding him.
I'm sure that's what they're planning. Is like, you lead something with a gun, lead it with the arrow.
Yeah.
Good luck. I'm not trying to kill a dragon or anything large with an arrow like that. Like, let me lead it, and if I miss, it takes me 10 minutes to reload.
I liked when they were down in the crypt with the dragon skulls. They had that huge one that they
Oh,
shot
yeah.
it through. That he said Aegon was
Baratheon's-
riding on. Yeah, and he was like, oh,
Baratheon's
Robert kept them as his
trophies.
trophies.
Yep.
That's a pretty dope trophy.
Yeah. I would just ask how they, like, that must have been how they killed the other ones then, was the big arrow?
I don't know. I don't remember them saying how he did it.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I'm not sure if they did, but I know he said when they were at. He heard about how when they were in the fighting pits, they hurt the one with the spears.
Yeah, I remember
So
that
that's
part,
really
yeah.
where he got his,
that's
shooting
where the
with the
idea-
crossbow thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you can hurt the dragon, sure, but it's gonna take a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it's probably something that they'll also get into a little bit more
Yeah.
as that fight comes closer and closer. All right, I think we are getting close towards the end of our hour tonight, so let's go to Four Corners, Kev. After we kind of left you silent there for Game of Thrones for a couple minutes, we'll let you start it off, but
it's all good, dude. You didn't hurt my feelings. So I want to get your guys' reaction to LeVar Ball pulling his AAU team off the court after getting called for a technical foul.
you took my corner, you bastard.
I didn't talk about it all week because I wanted to hear it live from you guys.
So I didn't see the I saw the clip today. I don't know if there's any more story, if there was like issues going on all game long or something, but just based off the clip that I saw, that was a buster move.
Yeah, that.
Like, I got no other way to put it. It was a buster move. I mean, come on, dude.
It was just a. I mean, the guy reached in. It was a either way foul, and he bugged out, man. But I wanted to hear it straight from you guys today.
I mean, it's not really shocking. LeVar Ball overreacts to something.
Yeah.
No, but to just like take your team off the court like that kind of threw me
They
over. I
asked,
didn't think he would
they
go
asked
that
LaMelo what he thought about it, and he said it was the funniest thing he's ever seen.
Yo, LaMelo might be the best one. Like, I've seen some things that LaMelo has done and said, and he might be the best ball brother.
I was surprised that when he did tell them to get off the court, like the kids didn't say anything or nothing. They just grabbed their bags. They knew what to do. Like it had happened before.
They
Like,
scooped
this,
their
and we're
backpacks and
gone.
was out.
They probably did.
He works out with those kids. He trains those kids. They know him.
Yeah. None of them
He
were
was just-
surprised by this.
Nope.
LeVar was just out there in some white big baller brand slides. Just
Well, that's another thing. Like, he always didn't really know how to act or, like, was loud. But now he's LeVar Ball. You know what I mean? Like, his son is everything he said he was going to be. And now he's out there stunting on these people. Like, these refs aren't going to be talking to him any kind of way they want. They better treat him with the utmost respect.
Rich, that was like you.
Especially AAU
That was
high
like
school
Rich coaching third, the Killer Bees. Just like, oh, I'm done. I'm done with these calls.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the squad.
Sit on the field.
Just go. We all would have just grabbed. You would have been in your slides. We would have just grabbed our shit and left. Oh, that's classic.
McCoy, what's your corner?
All right, so Comic-Con was over the weekend, and they, I know at least two of you watched it, Kev. I don't think you did, but they put out the Stranger Things 2 trailer, which over the Thriller with Thriller as the soundtrack. So I was feeling that. What do we think about Stranger Things season 2?
Rich, I know you had some strong opinions in the group chat, so take it first.
Oh, I'm just out. Like, I think people don't know when to let things end.
You don't
I
think
mean-
it could be a show kind of like American Horror Story on FX?
No, because I don't think that show's as good as it was. I think the first 4 seasons, I think, were good, but now it's getting kind of old. I think people... There were shows that used to come on that were just one season, it was done, it was out of here, and you could always reflect back and be like, oh, like, that was such a good show, why didn't they do a second one? But then the second one happens, and it's like, man, this is kind of whack.
Yep.
And I feel like, just let it end. You know, like, you had a really good thing, like, I've already decided I'm not watching it.
That's good.
So-
But we're kind of in an age of everything is a sequel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
yeah, we are.
movies,
Or you
TV
got to
shows,
remake
everything.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
I watched Stranger Things. I liked it, but I'm with Rich on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna
I'll
watch
watch it because I know everybody in my house is going to watch it. But it could have. I would have been happy if it just stopped. Like, you know, it's a Netflix series. Go make something else that's cool like that. I don't need another one.
Yeah,
like-
I'm gonna watch it. I thought the way that the story looked like they may do it, it's gonna just kind of be like that little town just has some weird stuff that happens, or that boy has some weird stuff that happens because of the first one. So I'll give it a shot. It looked pretty cool. The first season was good enough that I'll give it another season. But I definitely understand where you guys are coming from, and if it gets to that point, it's not a show that I'm so attached to like Game of Thrones. I can drop it. 2 seasons.
Yeah.
If it starts getting slow, you're done.
I'm with you. I'm gonna let it ride. I'm definitely on Rich's side as far as I feel like they could have wrapped it up after season 1, and it would have been perfectly fine with me. But I like season 1, so I'll definitely give them a chance until they get to that point where it's just trash. It's like The Walking Dead. I used to watch that, and then midway through where they're at now, it's just like, no, I'm good. This is
Yeah, I
the same
stopped
thing
watching
over and
that.
over. Corny.
Yeah, I'm starting to get to that point with The Walking Dead. You gave up just after this season, or right before this season, right, McCoy?
I
Like the
think
one
before
that
this
just
season
ended?
I stopped, yeah.
Yeah,
What
I'm-
really made me mad about The Walking Dead was like the stuff with Glenn when he got trapped under the dumpster the one
Yeah,
time and all the zombies just walked away.
So I think part of that was because everybody knew Glenn was going to die, that the producers were like, let's screw with people a little bit. Because they did it a couple of times where you thought, oh, this is where Glenn's going to die. But then he got out of it. And the way they made him get out of it was something stupid
was
like
corny.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
they completely changed everything the zombies have ever done to just be like, oh, gotcha. And it's like, come on.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
the
I
dude's
stopped
under a
watching, I think-
dumpster, There's hundreds of zombies around him, and they just decide to leave. Like, every other time people get trapped by zombies, they're eaten. Them dudes don't leave.
They're indecisive now, man.
Yeah, right? Now all of a sudden they're picky. Like,
I think
nah,
I
we ain't
stopped
waiting
watching
for-
right when you did, McCoy. I'm out on that. I stopped watching that
Yeah.
show like a couple seasons
That
ago. as
season
well.
was trash.
I'm out. Yeah,
Yep. That gave him plenty of chances.
but how many? You
All right,
know
Rich,
what I
your
mean?
turn.
What happened? All right. Again, I just want to shout out at white_mama88 for the question. Thank you for that. And my corner is actually another poll question that I put up, where I asked if Bulls fans would give up Jordan being perfect in the finals, just making him 6-1, not taking away a championship, not anything like that, just adding a 7th appearance, and he caught the L. If they would do that, if it meant they had a better front office and not Garbax. And 67% of the people said they wouldn't. And that's the most ridiculous thing in the world to me.
Are you surprised though?
I kinda. I mean, I know I probably shouldn't be, but I am.
That's what Jordan fans use to defend Jordan's greatness, which is ridiculous in itself.
Well then,
But-
if Bulls fans need that to defend his greatness as the GOAT, then he's not.
Well, yeah, it's ridiculous, but that's what they'll use. Like, oh, Jordan never lost in the finals. I want the better front office, man. Our front office has been making bad moves since we made Jordan and Phil leave. Like, so them dudes can get up out of here for me. I'll take the loss. I'll take the one loss.
So I commented on that one and voted on it, and I said I want Jordan staying 6-0. And I did it because my initial reaction was absolutely friggin' not, because a lot of the stigma with Jordan, what makes him so larger than life, is that he just cannot lose. I don't think that's what makes him the GOAT in my argument, but it's part of Jordan's aura, part of Jumpman, is that Mike just can't lose. But I don't think that would really change the way that Jumpman works these days and the aura of Mike, so I'd actually rather have the better front office at this point.
Because that's the smarter thing to do.
Yeah,
He
but
could
my
do
but my
6-1.
initial like, I'm angry. That initial reaction was no. I want Mike to stay
That
undefeated.
poll question made you angry?
Yeah, because his
Yeah, a little
argument
bit.
would go away. Straub's whole basis
Because I knew
Jordan
he
the
posted
GOAT is
that
6-0.
thinking of me as well, probably.
No. It was just a question that popped in my head because
It's a good question.
because I figured if I took one away, people would be like, "Oh no, we're not taking one away," because then if he's 5-1, like you could really have an argument that he's the greatest, and that's the last thing people really want to have. And I don't know, like 6-1, like he went to 7 finals and like if he didn't retire and he lost to Houston one year but beat them one, like
Wouldn't happen.
I'll take that in a second. No hesitation. Take that 6-1. Let's get these boys up out of here. The owner, the GM, whatever Paxson is, all y'all up out of here.
because honestly, if you're a Bulls fan and you're listening to this and you need that 0 in the finals you need it to defend your position, your boy's not the best ever.
I love the 0.
They need it.
I love the 0, but
They
I
need
love
it. And guess
a good
what?
front office now better.
Guess what? Just like the Cubs had the GOAT, Jordan's the GOAT. He's your new curse, man. You guys ain't winning nothing. Nothing.
That
You're
is-
cursed.
That is something else I've thought about. Like the Bulls are super relevant all the time, and people really care about them. But the Bulls were good for like 10 years in their entire life.
Only because of MJ.
Legacy, that's why.
Like they had, like he is the reason because everyone's waiting for them to be good again. It's like, well, they were only good for like what, 10 years?
Yeah, like
I
they
mean,
won
The
nothing
Bulls got
before
lucky
and
that-
nothing
the Bulls
after.
got lucky that Sam Bowie was taken before Michael, and that's the reason they were good. Besides that, literally nowhere else in their history have we been a good franchise, a title-winning franchise. We just got those 6.
And Hakeem, right? Did Hakeem go number 1?
Yeah. Hakeem Bowie, and then with the 3rd pick, you made the Earth sick.
You guys picked
All
him
right,
on
to finish it
accident.
off, it's probably a topic that you guys did not really pay attention to. I did tweet out about it, text you guys about it during the semifinal, but the Gold Cup final is coming up. The U.S. Everybody thought it was going to be U.S. versus Mexico, and then last night Mexico dropped in the
Stunned.
semifinals to Jamaica. They beat them
Stunned.
1-0. Stunned. That's right. Stunned them. So the U.S. goes for the title on Wednesday. You guys interested in watching it or not?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
I'll
it
watch
means
if
something.
it's a title game. I'm always down to watch
There
the
you
US
go.
and support in the title game. I watch soccer here and there anyway, so I'll definitely take a look at it.
Yeah, new coach for the U.S. soccer team with Klinsmann gone, getting ready for the World Cup, trying to qualify still, and yeah, it's about as big as a match as you get outside of the World Cup.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I like high level soccer.
Yes.
Well,
Like I'm here for it.
I mean, you said it's as big as a match you can get outside of the World Cup, but you mean for like U.S. soccer or world soccer? Because for world soccer, no. U.S. versus who are we playing? Jamaica?
Yep.
Yes.
That's not like a top level soccer game.
No, it's not a top-level soccer game, but it's definitely a match that you could see in the World Cup. Both of those teams could be in group play together.
Yeah, I mean they could play each other, but it's
So-
not going to be in any important round.
No, it would be in group play. Like Jamaica's
Like,
not
we're not
making it
winning.
in. Yeah, Jamaica's not.
probably not going to make it.
No, Jamaica's not making it out of group stage. Yeah, but that's why I think it's kind of intriguing because it's not U.S.-Mexico, which it is every single time for the
Yeah.
Gold Cup title.
Yeah.
There's somebody new. It's that underdog story that people always seem to like.
Yeah, so the Team USA is probably going to lose. So that's what they do is
Cool.
blow big
Yeah.
soccer games.
The cool runnings of soccer. They're gonna get out.
They should just have Usain Bolt on their soccer team and just have him go for a run, you know? Usain, just take a run to the goal. We'll have whoever can place the ball up there and kick it to you. Like, just run and we'll put it on your foot.
I do know if you want to see some good USA soccer jokes, go follow Amin El Hassan on from ESPN because every time the World Cup comes, he hates on USA soccer and all the bandwagon fans, and it's some of the funniest stuff. the hate hard king comes correct when it comes to hating on USA Soccer.
The hate is strong with that one.
Yo, he is so
Yeah.
good at hating on people, it's ridiculous.
We got the World Cup next year out in Russia. That should be interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
The worst place.
That's what I'm saying. That'll be interesting. We
All
should
right,
win
guys,
that.
we're
Yeah,
gonna-
that would be the best if we did win that in Russia, though.
Hold on. Can we talk about this alert we got? How
Yeah,
Please,
LeBron wants to
please.
place hands on Kyrie?
Yeah,
Please.
It means like, did you read it? Does it say like straight hands or just on the court?
I mean, I didn't read it.
So I'll read it as I
Tempted,
just got it
tempted
on
to
mine.
beat ass. Tempted to beat ass.
That only
LeBron
means
would
one
be
thing in my
tempted
book.
to,
Yeah.
quote, beat ass if they saw each other.
Let me find out. Yo, Kyrie's got to climb back at him now. You can't just let somebody say that.
Yo, no, Kyrie's mad soft. Like, the thing
You
I
saw,
read.
wait, you saw him by the pool with the all blooded out?
Listen, man. They said part of the reason that Kyrie had issues with LeBron is because when he had bad games, he would get, like, really down on himself and really, like, introspective and be like, "Aw, shucks," and be like, "Poor me," and stuff.
Nah, he's emotional.
Like-
He's all depressed and out there. That's why I went to Duke.
That's right.
The
Let some of that Grayson
coddle
Allen
little
out on
baby.
LeBron.
Dude, I was waiting for it, Kev.
Yeah, let some of that Grayson out on LeBron. I'll pay
Can't wait
to.
to
I
talk
won't
about
pay to
Grayson
watch
Allen.
McGregor or Mayweather, but I'll pay to watch LeBron and Kyrie.
Yo, I would pay
We
$90
didn't
to
even talk about
watch
that
it.
jersey.
Oh, the CJ Watson
We didn't even
jersey?
talk about
Oh man!
Do you know why he
I'm-
wore that jersey?
Yeah, I know why he wore it.
All right.
That's some good trash talking right there, honestly, though. Because
Easy
you know
hands on
Mayweather's
sight.
got to be kind of tight about that.
I didn't like McGregor, but when he started shitting on Draymond, he became a big fan of mine. Speaking of Draymond, isn't he in trouble?
Yeah, out there fighting people. He thinks he's about to fight McGregor now.
No, he's out there. He's out there trying to beat ass like Kyrie.
I think they said he was just mad disrespectful and like slapped a football player or something.
See, he's a bitch. Disrespectful, slapping people. He's a bitch. Oh my god, he is such a bitch. He is slapping people, being disrespectful. Let someone put him to sleep. He's gonna come upon a sleeper. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna slap the wrong person,
Slapped the
right?
wrong one.
Sleeper.
Like, what up, youngster?
Yeah, who's sleeping now?
Who's sleeping now? I'm here for the hands.
Or the
All right,
guitar.
anything else you guys got?
Just that I would pay $100 to watch a 10-second Vine of LeBron running up on Kyrie, but not
Yes.
for the McGregor fight.
Take my money.
Or put that on pay-per-view. Get him in
Right.
the ring. Get him on the
10
undercard.
seconds. You could tell me it's 10 seconds, and I'll still give you the $90.
Yeah, I'll watch it in standard def. Shit.
Yo,
Get him on the undercard. Co-main event. LeBron versus Kyrie.
They got a month.
All right, guys, another week in the books. We thank you very much. Follow us on Twitter's @TheFellasPodcast. We appreciate it. We're out.
free text.
Peace.